Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new agendas for the Rush 4 set that does include this Galaxy Opal Andrew Wiggins, as well as Pink Diamond Darren Williams and Ben Wallace, as well as Diamond John Starks, PJ Brown, and then 2 Amethysts as well. 6 agendas. You got to complete 1 for each of the Amethysts, the Diamonds, and the Pink Diamonds, and you complete all 6, and you will get Galaxy Opal Andrew Wiggins for free here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, as well as the rest of the Rush set for free. So we're going to be talking about how to do that in the most effective and quickest way in this video. But before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 25,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first things first, let's take a look at these agendas. So we get Rush 4 agendas today. You have 2 weeks to complete them, as with all of the other ones. I will not be completing, by the way, these Danny Granger agendas in all likelihood, I don't believe. But these Rush 4 agendas I do plan to complete for this Opal Wiggins card. And we'll start with, I guess, the lowest overall ones. So, score 20 points in the paint in a triple threat offline game for Amethyst Isaac Austin. Super easy, literally 1 triple threat offline game's worth of work. That's a W. Lakers 4-pointers. Make 10 4-pointers with Lakers players over clutch offline or clutch online games. This one actually I do not think would be that hard to do online either, considering if you have like Pink Diamond Kobe or Pink Diamond Austin Reeves, or sorry, Galaxy Opal Austin Reeves, either of those two guys, exceptionally elite shooters who definitely could be able to make 4-pointers with Lakers players a lot easier, I feel like. But also doing this offline literally might take 1 offline game, maybe 2, if you do it in clutch offline. So won't take long there either for Amethyst Rick Fox. That's 2 pretty easy challenges. Now, winning 5 multiplayer games for Diamond John Starks, also, yet again, really easy. Go into triple threat online, go into clutch online, whatever those modes. In those modes, every 2 or 3 games, you're going to match up against somebody who doesn't have a great team. So as long as you have a competent team, you don't even have to be the best online player in the world. Go play some triple threat online. Go play some clutch time online. You will win these games relatively quickly in all likelihood, as long as you're playing in those modes that don't have skill-based matchmaking. So yes, even if you're not the best, there is some multiplayer stuff here, but it's very little and very simple. Win 5 multiplayer games is super duper easy. Now, Hornets rebounds. 6 rebounds in a game with a Hornets player 10 times. That is also super easy. Can be done offline in triple threat offline or whatever mode you want to play. It can also be done in challenges if you want to do that. The only reason that I say something that I mention challenges is because this challenge for Pink Diamond Ben Wallace is get 100 blocks of centers over multiple games, excluding challenges. So you're going to have to do this challenge in triple threat offline. Is probably going to be the fastest and easiest way to do this, and I will explain what I mean specifically for this blocks challenge here in a second. But then the final agenda is just getting 15 double-doubles over multiple games, which will also be really, really easy in my opinion for Pink Diamond Darren Williams, another one that you can just knock out in triple threat offline games. So the only multiplayer challenge is this win 5 multiplayer games for Diamond John Starks, which is honestly going to be really, really easy. The rest of these agendas can all be knocked off in offline, and honestly likely will not take that long. This is probably, I'm going to be completely honest, the easiest that we have had a rush grind so far, considering that it is almost exclusively offline stuff, and then even the online, the 1 online agenda, win 5 multiplayer games. I know it's win games, but it's only 5, it's not in a row, and it's really easy if you go into clutch online or triple threat online. Not to mention, if you're playing those modes, you're making progress towards Kevin Love and Allen Houston, both of whom are really, really good cards, especially Allen Houston. So that does give you that as options as well. But as much as the gambling only content still sucks royally in MyTEAM, when 2K executes this rush content well, it's been really good this season. Like, Reeves and Worthy probably could have been executed better in terms of their agendas, but the cards themselves were phenomenal. And this Andrew Wiggins follows that up really well. Not to mention, Darren Williams getting changed animations today makes him significantly better. I really wish that Ben Wallace could halfway shoot the ball because he'd be decent. But as a whole, these cards are good. Well, some of these cards are good. Wiggins as a top tier reward is certainly great. Not to mention the fact that all of these agendas pretty much can be completed offline and can be completed at your own pace pretty easily. Like, I wouldn't say these are super duper hard agendas to complete. This is the type of grind that will likely take 3 to 4 hours realistically. I would say the whole thing, if you're doing like sitting down in one session, like it might not, I just don't think it's going to take all that long. It might even honestly be shorter than that. So I think Wiggins is going to be a really good card, and I'm excited to try him out here in a little bit. I'm excited to get him myself, and honestly, I'm glad that this set does not have a very long grind. I think that is something that people are going to be pleased about. I'm not saying it's like incredibly short, but I'm just glad that the end reward is good, and it's not something that's going to take 10 hours. It's not a grind with a ton of multiplayer challenges or a ton of really annoying challenges, like, for example, last week, having this 50-point games in domination challenge. That was horribly annoying. A challenge like that is literally going to guarantee that you have to spend like 7 hours grinding just for one challenge for a card is terrible. The fact that none of that is required over here is a lot better. Like 15 double-doubles in multiple games is a lot quicker than having to score 50 points in domination 15 different times. So that's nice. And I don't want to give QK too much credit because obviously until we get cards in the player market and they stop with the gambling only content, until that happens, I personally will not be giving 2K very much credit on anything particularly, but they deserve at least a little bit of credit, and I try my best to be unbiased, and content like this is pretty good content. When you drop a relatively easy grind for top tier cards, I really personally have no issues at all. Now, obviously, you have to complete all 6 of these agendas for Andrew Wiggins, just in case you didn't know, so make sure you knock that out. For the double-double challenge, for the blocks challenge, the center blocks challenge, considering you can't do it in challenges, your easiest way to do that one specifically, I'm just going to go over real quickly, is to probably knock it out in triple threat offline. I would honestly just recommend throwing in, like, I almost think in triple threat online or offline, because they're going to match you up against cards of similar tier. I think using athletic lower tier bigs as your shot blockers, for example, a Derek Lively who has 80 speed and is a big fast shot blocker. Larry Sanders, same thing, a bigger, faster, more versatile athletic shot blocker, 85 block, 87 interior, 80 speed. Like, I know they're only emeralds. They're not going to be Wembanyama when it comes to shot blocking. They're not going to be pink diamond caliber shot blockers. But the thing is, if I use those guys with, say, some emerald that I know I feel confident shooting the ball with, for example, this Brandon Pajemski here, if I can find him, he's somewhere in here. Brandon Pajemski, here you go. So if I use a lineup something like this, or Terrence Mann instead of Brandon Pajemski or whatever, then I'm going to match up against, in all likelihood, relatively consistently going to match up against a small guard who's not really a big dunker, which is the goal. You'd prefer to match up against a small guard who's not a big dunker for that, and then you can rotate over and block them with the center. Also, if you match up against a non-shooting big, that allows you to help off of that non-shooting big as well very aggressively and block shots in that way as well. So I think these lower overalls can actually make these agendas a lot easier in a mode like triple threat offline, which is the only mode that you realistically are going to be getting these 100 blocks done in a timely manner. The good thing about the blocks is they will add up in every single game mode, so whatever you're playing, they will add up, but at the same time, it's a little bit annoying that you can't just go into a challenge and knock it out at its fastest rate, because that probably would be the quickest way to do it. But at the same time, that's not a big deal, and as a whole, these agendas are really, really good. So I just want to make a quick tip specifically on that one, because I know that's one that people are going to have a harder time with than the rest of them, I think. But as a whole, I definitely am not hating this content whatsoever. So hoping to get these agendas done myself over the next couple days, because I really want to add this Wiggins card, and I think this is a really good set. So that's good for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.